And okay. Yeah, welcome back everyone. Welcome back to hiringmentor.com. Today we are back with yet another an amazing video and a very important one. So today we are going to be discussing about cyber security, and we will also be looking into the matter that whether COVID-19 has changed for good or not. Now you all know that our channel mainly deals with job, where is more job prospect or which are the more prospering or upcoming sectors. Now, this today's topic holds very much importance in our prospect or choosing our career, because COVID-19, as I have said in the previous videos as well, has changed a lot in our lifestyle and especially in job prospects as well. We have seen a lot of changes in COVID after this post lockdown session, and COVID-19 has really brought a lot of changes, right? So now we will be discussing about the how cyber security has upgraded or changed after this post lockdown situation. Now you all know that there are many companies who have either temporarily or permanently switched to work from home schedule. There are companies who have been temporarily scheduled for work from home, that is until they are getting vaccinated they will work from home. And there are other companies who are like for 2 or more span of years they have permanently switch to work from home schedule. So in this particular era, when you're working from home and your computer software is not that much developed, it is very important for you to know what are the cyber securities or cyber bullies that can happen to you and your monitor. So yeah, today we will be discussing about them. Now, first of all, my friend or my colleague Saujanya Rajeshwari will be talking about this, and later on I will be discussing more about this. So yeah, and make sure that you stay tuned to this video, and please subscribe to our channel if you're new to it, and like this video if you have liked it. So yeah, now she will be discussing about cyber security and essential expertise in the age of COVID-19.
Yeah, first of all, I'll tell you what is the meaning of cyber security. Well, cyber security means is the protection of computer systems like hardware and software from the theft or danger, or especially from the hackers who are anonymous and we cannot even find their identity, but they'll just hack the applications that are related to the software and hardware. And it's an essential expertise in the age of COVID-19. Well, this has become the essential expertise. Well, there are three ways, and I'm going to explain it. So first of all, we need to bring in cyber expertise. Expertise in the sense the skills or the knowledge related to the technology field. Well, they need to enhance this kind of skills like related to the technology in order to prevent the hackers to retrieve information from the companies. Well, actually the companies will store information that isn't disclosed to anyone. So what these hackers do is they'll just hack the information and they will use it in an inappropriate manner, and they will blackmail the people as well. Well, I think we all have heard about this news that Zoom app was hacked by a few members for a few days, and most of the companies and organizations just stopped using the Zoom app, which is widely used to conduct meetings in any companies or organizations, and also it is widely used by the educational institutions to conduct online classes to the students. Well, this app was hacked by a few members, and most of the organizations and most of the people in our country stopped using that hack because of these hackers. So in order to prevent from all these, in order to prevent the hackers to retrieve the valuable information, and in order to prevent the misusage, they need to bring in cyber expertise. Expertise in the sense, well, they need to enhance the skills that is related to the technology. They need to improve their ways in order to prevent these kind of activities in future, especially. So this is one of the essential expertise in the age of COVID-19. Well, as coming to the second slide, you can see handover responsibilities to a C-level expert use in order to retrieve the information in any possible ways that are very possible from the organizations or the companies in order to blackmail the people or in order to blackmail the heads that are in the company. So in order to prevent this, they need to move their responsibilities to a C-level expert, and they need to hire some members who are very good in researchers, especially in the technology field, and who are good in the computer science or the information technology. Well, the appointment of a chief information security officer can go a long way of in proactive and enterprise-wide risk mitigation with a cross-functioning authority. When they will hire these officers, definitely they will take it as a responsibility to prevent these kind of hackers who are anonymous. We cannot even find their identity. They'll just, hack the information in any possible way. Not only hacking, they'll use other hacking methods as well in order to retrieve the information, in order to blackmail the people. So this is one of the second way that they use, and they need to make sure of it. So cyber awareness across organizations, like most of the people in the company and most of the people who come from the rural areas, they doesn't know about all these. Whenever a message will be sent to their phone that they will get this much amount of money, they'll just easily believe it, and they'll deposit some kind of money in the bank name that is given in the message from a fraud. So the people who are from the rural areas will mostly fall under their trap, especially under the trap of the hackers. So first of all, we need to make sure that we need to create some kind of awareness among the organizations or the institutions that this hacking is going on in this period, and they need to be aware. This kind of message need to be promoted to all the people in our country, because our country has the highest population in the world. So most of the hackers in the world will just concentrate on our country, because most of the people reside in the rural areas and they doesn't know about this technology, and they'll fall under the trap very easily if they receive these kind of messages to their mobile phones. Like I have already said before, taking the example of a bank message that they receive in their mobile phones. So cyber awareness need to be there, and each and every company need to make sure that their information is not being retrieved and the information is not being misused in whichever way is possible. So they shouldn't let this, and they need to create some awareness by using websites, by using advertisements, and by using, promoting messages to different organs, different companies, different small scale, industries or institutions. Well, they need to be very aware of this. So hence spreading awareness among the potential threats across the organizations and mitigating responsibilities can go a long way in effective tackling cyber threats. So this is about it. And now my friend and Adrija will describe more about this, like about confronting the risk and the demand for cyber experts. So Adrija, over to you. What do you say about this?
Yeah, exactly, Saujanya, and whatever she was explaining till now, she was making an absolute perfect sense. And I think she upholded or took one of the most important point in order to be safe from any cyber bully. Now, talking about confronting the risk, the demand for cyber experts, we will be mainly talking about the sectors or the three main large sectors where cyber experts are required, and they are being hired in more important and in more vast way. So first of all, if you are a graduate from a cyber expert community, if you think that you have qualifications of these particular skills, that you are a graduate from BSc artificial intelligence or engineering, which is related to some cyber security, then you can basically try this job or try your luck in these particular sectors, because these sectors are recruiting more cyber experts. Because as I said in the beginning of the video, that there are many most of the companies are shifting to work from home, that is they are shifting to entire and completely monitor based system from now onwards. So it is very required that they stay their employees and their confidential information stays safe, especially. So according to a joint study by PwC India and DLSCI, the cybersecurity market in India will grow from $1.97 billion in 2019 to $3.505 billion by 2022. So as I said that for the next 2 years, this work from home thing or this entire digital communication thing or digital platform is getting enhanced, and at least for their employee safety they are going to be switching to work from home permanently, at least for a long period of time by 2022 or something like that, because many doctors and scientists are saying that even after the installation of vaccine, it's better that you roam around or you go out wearing masks and you still at least for 2 years work from home and avoid any kind of social gathering. So that is a reason why, because the government will be expanding a lot in these sectors, in cyber security sectors, in order to ensure complete digital safety. So you can see that the budget has been increased as well by 2022, the expected year till which we will be working from home at a compound annual growth rate CAGR of 15.3%. The study also stated that banking, these are the sectors that I'm talking about, banking, financial services, insurance, BFSI, IT, and government are the top 3 sectors with the largest market share in the cyber security expenditure in the country. So mainly the talking portion of this slide is the government is also expanding a lot to provide cyber security in these particular sectors, because these are the most important sectors, and we really cannot, or the government really cannot afford to leak any confidential information by any cyber bully or something. First of all, in a small recap to repeat that if you're a graduate and searching for a job in these particular sectors as a cyber expert, then you must definitely try your luck. Otherwise, if you're a software engineering or something like that, then you can also try your luck. So this was about confronting the risk in order to provide complete safety to the employees and to the secured information. So according to me, this is a very important and a crucial and a very good decision that is being taken by the government. Now I think we have come to the end of our video. Now moving on to the next slide, and as a short recap, we will be discussing about the conclusion. Now conclusion is very simple, like practice best cyber security practices. There are many workshops or webinars that are being holded in this particular topic, that practicing cyber security practices, you need to keep a very strong password, you need to change your passwords repeatedly, and there are few practices that you need to keep under control in order to not get exposed by cyber bully. If you have any problem, then you can obviously join the webinars or enroll yourself as in webinars which are conducted by our website, that is hiringmentor.com. You will be benefited a lot from this. To increase our awareness around the cyber threats, it is very important for you to know what is going on, and once again to get to know more about this, you can enroll to our webinars in our particular website. You will get to know more about this. To increase this use of cloud to change security, this is another most important technology that you can use in order to provide safety to your accounts and to your confidential informations. Organization need to adapt a zero trust network security model in order to provide more safety, and these are mainly the practices. Don't leak your important images or passwords or pin codes to any fraud calls. You know, banking sectors are mostly affected by fraud calls. People get fraud calls, and they can hack their passwords by knowing your ATM card number, PIN number, and all this. So you need to be very careful, and keeping all these things in mind, I think overall healthier digital lifestyle is what you can lead. So thank you all for joining us. I hope that this was really an important session for you all. If you think that you want to join our webinars, then definitely go through the website. The relevant links are given below in the description box. Thank you all for staying tuned. Hit on the like button if you really liked it, and definitely subscribe to our channel Hiring Mentor, and don't forget to hit the bell icon in order to get notified immediately the next time we come up with a very awesome video. So yeah, thank you all.